When you can't find forgiveness, what do? You know that forgiveness is the way toward greater love. Love for yourself, love for another. Could be someone very significant in your life, could be someone who has already transitioned. It could be for someone you were close to, you were in relationship with, and that has broken up. And especially when it is involving a parent. And this comes out of a discussion with a client. And of course, their personal details are confidential to respect their privacy. So this is about the general nature of what came up. And they had been wanting very badly to forgive their father for abusive behavior in the past when they were a child. They're in midlife now, but it's something they had carried with them for so many decades, for so many years. And because of that, there was also a need to find forgiveness for their mother, who had tolerated the abuse at her own expense for so long. And I advised them to practice revision, to change not the experience, because in Neville's teaching, while he used to teach revision, which is changing the event, changing how you felt about the event, changing the outcome of the event. So for example, you were not able to go to the Ivy League school that you wanted because your parents didn't have the funds, and you went to another school, but it wasn't the experience that you really wanted. So in your revision practice, you did go to the Ivy League school. You did get that advanced degree. The money was always there to support you. So that's an example of the way Neville originally taught revision. But later on, he said, he changed it. He changed it quite a bit. And he said, no one to change but self. No one to change but yourself in your experience of that seemingly past event, because we know it's always now. And Neville also said very clearly that, and this is so much truth here, he said that the event didn't recede into the past, like when you're in a car and you look out and you're in the back row and you're looking out like when you're a kid, right? And your parents were taking you someplace in the station wagon or the SUV, and you're looking out the rear window, and you're watching how everything is, the cars and the buses and whatever are receding behind you as you go toward your destination. But it's not like that. It doesn't recede. It just keeps coming along with you because it's a point in the now. It just rides around with you like a very heavy backpack. They used to call that carrying an albatross, big fat fish on your back all the time. So I said, okay, how would you revise yourself? Revise yourself. Revise how you felt. And he realized the key in that was forgiveness. And that even if he could forgive himself. And even if he couldn't forgive his dad, he could forgive his mother. And by extension, that would forgive his father. Now, you could say, well, you really have to forgive each of them separately. But he found his own way to this, and that was what was so beautiful, and it worked for him. So the means, the middle, the process, that's secondary really to the end, to what you really want. And he wanted to feel that forgiveness. And he was able to break through and forgive his mother and have wonderful, deep discussions with her that he had never been able to have before. So it was a huge breakthrough. And we are carrying so many burdens because we're carrying the energy of our parents within us. We carry the DNA, we carry them in our molecules, it's said that scientifically been shown that a mother and child, or the child carries the mother's molecules. I say molecules when I mean cells and whatever, but I usually just say molecules, but carries those elements forever. That's why there is the practice of healing generational trauma. But I'm not going toward that. If that's something that speaks to you, I'm sure you can certainly find that here or elsewhere on the internet. That's available if that's a process that's important to you, or healing the mother wound or the father wound. Those are out there. But I speak to something much more, even beyond that, and even more direct. And that is beginning with the process of forgiving yourself and understanding that you deserve forgiveness, that you deserve love, that you can forgive and love yourself above all. So it has to come from within you. And if you're finding this difficult, allow it some space to start to grow within you. I understand that it can be a very tortured process because you've been carrying it in yourself for so long. You might be carrying it in your chest. You might be carrying it in your neck, in your back, in your upper back or your lower back. You might be carrying it in your hips and pelvis. You'll know by the kinds of issues you have in those areas. So, as a means to reach that place, it's a very simple little exercise you can do. So if you're shaving in the morning, if you're putting on your face, or at night when you're just washing up or taking off your face, is to pause and look at yourself in the mirror, really gazing into your own eyes. And just breathing. And just only needs to take 5 seconds, 10 seconds. And just pause long enough to look into your own eyes and to say, I deserve love. I deserve forgiveness. And if you want to add, I deserve wealth, or I deserve health, if those are also important to you, say those too. And then to look into your eyes some more and say, I love you, I forgive you. And then continue with your cleaning up, your washing up, or putting on cosmetics. That's it. And I'm not saying it's going to be easy in the beginning. And no, this is not quite the same as doing the full Ho'oponopono process about I love you, thank you, I'm sorry, I love you, I forgive you. That you can if you want to do that, and that works for you, and you're comfortable with that. But this is, to me, the most powerful, penetrating, and direct, is just to simply talk about love and forgiveness. Just looking in your own eyes. And it's, some of you are going to be resistant to it. I was working with a client once, and I asked them to practice that, and they couldn't. It was not, they were choked up on it to say, I deserve love. It wasn't ready yet to emerge. And you may find that, and that's okay. Don't berate yourself. Don't beat yourself up if that's the case. Just be with whatever arises and love that and forgive that. It's okay. And if you're able to continue and look in your eyes and say, I love you, I forgive you, go there and let me know in the comments what experience you have. Thanks so much, Boo, for watching. I'm so glad you've been here with me, and I'll see you in the next video.